So we just don't share the same interest, on their specific issue that they're promoting today.
What's happening with them out there while we're talking to you in here?
Well, I don't know, you tell me. I think they're there exercising the right to free speech.
They're not being removed or anything?
Oh, I don't think so. No, absolutely not.
Are you concerned at all that as Pittsburgh moves towards the G20, which you just talked about, this is going to grow into an issue for labor?
Yeah.
Where you're going to have the wild coming here, you're going to have professional protesters, as it were, coming to Pittsburgh. They already have a group here now to say, hey, Pittsburgh has its own issues going on right now. What do you say to that?
No, that's a great question. I mean, if you look at labor, and you talked about labor, I'm sure if you go to some of the folks in the building trades, they're saying, and they have said, we don't support CBAs. We don't support CBAs because we know that construction and development has to continue. We know that. So when we talk about labor, there are a lot of different labor movements. Today there are a couple of unions that are out there, and there are other unions that want development to move forward. So you always have that divergence of opinion. As for what it does for us in a global setting, I think that the message of Pittsburgh always sort of shines through, which is that we're a growing city, a city that is really making things happen. And it's because, frankly, folks here are taking tough stances. It would be the easiest thing in the world to say to folks who right now are complaining, okay, whatever you want. And I'm sure there will be some people who will do that. But would it be best for the city overall? Would it be best for the region overall? Probably not. We'd continue to be the hole in the donut that we were for so many years that we're trying to get away from.
When you talk about the jobs and the taxes that occur naturally due to development without any sort of government intervention or negotiation, would you call that the same as trickle-down economics?
And no, it's not trickle-down economics, it's actual economics. I mean, it's actually happening. There's no trickle-down. Jobs are being created and taxes are being created.
But they would argue that the jobs aren't as good jobs and the taxes may not go toward those priorities that they find as important.
They who?
The folks in the hallway and the 200 or so that are out there.
I mean, the government, process of government is figuring out a budget that works and that makes sense. So if somebody says, I think those taxes shouldn't go to police, they should go to fire, well, then that's their privilege to do that, right?
So you have made quite a case.
I'm sorry,
go ahead.
Where's the mayor today, and is he going to meet with them?
He's not going to meet with them today. Like I said, he has met with them several times over.
Where is he today?
I don't know that the issues are going to go away. Actually, I don't know where he is at this moment. I don't know where he is at this moment, but he's asked me to speak on his behalf. I'm chairman of the URA as well as his chief of staff.
So are you laying down a new principle in as far as economic development is concerned, not to do CBAs? Because you just went on a whole.
Yeah, I don't think that's a new principle. I think that what happened with the arena, I think everybody said that's an isolated incident, and that happened once. I think a lot of it because of the historical context of what happened in the Hill District itself with the demolition of a neighborhood in order to build an arena. Luckily now we're going to build an arena and a neighborhood. So I think that there's no new direction in that. I think everybody involved in that, from the mayor to the county executive, have all said, okay, that's a one-off. That happened then, but we can't get into a paradigm where every development in this city, county, or region has to have a CBA attendant to it.
Do you have more questions, please?
Yeah, so assuming that these folks don't go away today and they come back, what kind of response can they expect from the mayor's office?
I think they'll get the same response they already have, which is a fair and open hearing. And if they disagree with the mayor's position on this, or they disagree with my position, or they disagree with the county executive's position, or the governor's position, then everybody's going to have to respectfully agree to disagree on the position. Interestingly about this is more for these two maybe than everybody here. A lot of this is about card check, about the card check issue. And, and so I don't know if you've seen, some of the press releases that were sent out today, but it's a complicated issue, card check. But the mayor is in full support of the Employee Free Choice Act, which is a federal statute that would require card check for job sites. This is a matter of whether or not we're going to be economically competitive and be at a competitive disadvantage. If there's a national law or a state law, the mayor would be happy to follow that. But if we just make a new law in Pittsburgh, a new law, a new paradigm only in Pittsburgh, the city itself is going to suffer. That means the residents are going to suffer.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.